Hello to everyone, this is Vishal and today we have an important session of the day, that is the view model and live data class. So hope all are doing good. And so this session is important because of we are discussing about uh, Android designed view model class and also with the live data, why these to be important and nowadays these to be using in our apps, and also we can implement it by the retrofit it. So that's the implementation I will show to you today, and little bit theory related to the view model discussion and live data class discussions be okay. So with me in this tour to continue it, and first I'm discussing about the view model class. Simply, if you see that in my previous tutorials we discussed about uh, related to their data bindings and MVVM approaches, where we have create our own view models with the models and we bind it to the UI and we make it extends observables, so for the notifications, so that things be easy using this class implementation, that is it is designed class by the Android. So we can implement it this view model extensions and our project and then get data using the simply view model extend, and also we can live use the live data inside that view model. So that's the task. And just we started a little theory as you see on my screen. This story is from the developer Android side I have taken, so you can read it from where, and also I will upload this talk and plus my project in GitHub so you can download it. So if the system destroy or it creates a UI controller, any transient or UI related data you store in them is lost. So your app may include a list of users in one of its activities. When the activity is recreated for the configuration change, the new activity has to refresh the list of users. So see the scenario behind this example, that if we go for the orientation, that means we rotate our mobile from portrait to your horizontal view, so that's on the both tasks. What happen, it recreate our activity. So on that case we have used our on save instances state, or where we put it these things be in first serialize deserialize. So but this is good if we have a small stuff, but we have large amount of data, so that's this system is fail here. So that means memory leak and other issues be there happen. So view model is designed for first this view issues. And another problem is the UI controller is, if you go for that, this is yes, that is we frequently need to make asynchronous calls that may take some times to return as we did it in previous times, but today we are working with the RX Java. So the UI controller needs to manage these calls and ensure the system cleans them up after it destroyed the calls. So that means sometimes it happen there be a issues with the memory leak there. So that's the uh, drawback. So these two drawbacks be major drawbacks. So for this, if we go for a view model approach and we put all the logics inside that and everything be there as we discussed many times, so that the we can call the things from the view model to our view, so the load is, or our code is, both the things be very less on the UI. Everything should be in the view model and the view model interact with the model and your view. So that means it's become very easy for us. So that means every load be there. So the view model is the same thing as you making your view model and also Android designed for you. So that is the helper class designed by the Android for the UI controller, that is the responsible for preparing data for the UI. And the objects are, that is UI controller that is responsible for preparing data for the UI, and objects are automatically retained during configuration changes, so the data hold is immediately able to the next activity. So what is that is an important, it is first used to UI controller. Number two, It is objects, these view model objects are automatically retained during the configuration changes so that the data they hold is immediately available to the next. If you want to pass the data everywhere, you can do it. You can access that view model and then get data. Very simple. And if you need to display a list of users in your app, make sure to assign responsibility to a car and keep the list of users to the view model. So a lot of theory be here. I do not want to discuss each and every, just describe you what is view model and why we use it. And also we discuss about the live data, but in a meanwhile, first we start the project. So the view model again, I just cleared the concept one more time. A view model is not a new concept. It is just from the Microsoft 2005 with the new architecture components, one of the new classes in the view model class. So that is there. At that time there was MVC, MVP approaches, but the MVVM is good because of everything should be a kind of model where it can load everything and make UI very simple. So that's view model concept B. Preparing data for the view. They expose the data to any view that is listening for the changes. The view model class in Android has some specific facts. So you can use it. And these facts be your view model can retain its state. It outlines a specific activity or fragment. It allows the sharing data across the fragments and it will stay in memory until the life cycle is stopped, and it goes away permanently. That means no memory issues, memory leak issues. Okay, so these things be important for us. You will read it from my doc or wherever. So these be most important task, and for this what to do that I'm just implemented without data binding. I just described to you how we can extend the view model and how to use the live data. So for this, what we need a JSON, retrofit JSON, because of I want a JSON call for my, I want to get access my local JSON data in a project. So I'm using that retrofit as we did it in my previous tutorials. Then lifecycle view model, live data, and these people. I will upload it. You can download it and then use it. These compilation and annotation processor. So let us start it. And what to do, the task is I have to create this UI, and this UI is ticket ID, ticket name, and ticket description. I have a ticket model, ticket view model, and retrofit class that get the data from web service. So how the retrofit get data from the web service, how we can make a view model, and how we can get the live data access and without live data. So first I will show to you without live data what happened and with live data what happened. So that discrimination you can see the changes be here. So that's we have to create and implement it our Android Studio. So let's start it implementation. Okay, so let us start in Android Studio. Here we have a app dependencies which I will upload for you. That's the doc, you can see it. It's a simple JSON retrofit as we did many times, and the new ones be your extension lifecycle view model live data and these menus. So now our simple structure of design is UI design is your ticket ID, ticket name, ticket descriptions. We have to fetch this data on click. These are main activity. Now we have to make, okay, close this. Now just make a packages for the model, and means we have to create our base. So that is our remote, and that is our view model. So easy. Okay, so in a model what to do, you just create a Java class and that is ticket, and here we need three things. We that is a public string ticket ID, copy paste, this is our ticket name, and this is our ticket description. And here what to do, you have to make at serialize name as a ticket ID, and you have to expose it the same thing. This is for ticket name and ticket description, and you have to call that is generate a constructor without any parameter. Okay, and what happened? Okay, so that is you have to generate your getter setters for all these trees. Now our model be ready, but we have to check the serialized name with this JSON. These are JSON on the local server, ticket ID, ticket name, and ticket description. Okay, so everything is fine, and this expose works when we use the JSON, and we need it for the serialized or deserialized manners. This expose fee. Okay, so this is our model be ready. Then we have to create our remote, and remote is for the retrofit, and the retrofit is your API service, as we did many times, and you make it as an interface of this API. And for this we have add get, and in this we have to call our test b.json, and we have to call a ticket, and this is your get ticket json. That's it. So this is our first API interface we have to work, and the next is a Java class for the retrofit. This is your retro class, and for this retro class first we need a URL, and that URL is your private. I think you become expert now, as you see my previous tutorials related to the retrofit. It's very easy to work with this. So this is your root URL. Just a minute. Yeah, that's fine. So this is your HTTP, and 192.168 is my local server, and 132.2, that is a slash. I think they're already be done on the slash test. Okay, so no need of this slash here. So this is our root URL, and we have to create an instance for this retrofit. So that is your private static retrofit get retro instance. We need it, and here we have to return our retrofit dot builder dot builder is like this. I think there'll be a wrong. Yes, that is a new instance first. Retrofit dot builder dot base URL. This is your root URL, and that's be our add converter factory, and this is our JSON converter factory dot create and dot build. So easy. Now these things be ready. Okay, and we have to create an instance for this. So this is a private public static, because we can call it anywhere. API service get API service, okay, and in it we have to return get retrofit instance dot create and API service dot class. That's it. So this work be done in our retro class, and now last our view model. So because of we have to implement it, we have to extend this. So ticket view, we give the name it, and we have to extend this as a view model. Okay, so that's your Android designed view model. We have extended, and how we can implement, let's see. So first, either you make a calls in your ticket view model or in retro, but I will show to you something new. That is, you have to make a call in here in the form of your ticket. So for this, what to do, you have to create a ticket and give the ticket get ticket, and in this we have a final ticket is equals to new tickets. So easy. And here you have to call this API service. Either you make your separate data manager class, but I'm using this in the same retro class. So you can use all your fundas wherever we need it. Okay, so here this is API service, and we need a retro class, and this is retro class dot get API service, and this API service we have to call get ticket JSON dot enqueue, that is new call back ticket. So that's very easy. Now what to do, you have to implement a ticket TIC or TIK short and take this response be here. So this is your response dot body. So we can put this be inside your ticket dot set ticket ID, and it is your tick dot ticket ID. Okay, and this is your ticket dot set ticket name, and here you can say tick dot ticket name, and here it is a ticket dot set ticket description, and here you can say tick dot ticket description. So this is our get ticket be ready, and we have to call this, but yeah, we have to return this ticket. So say we have to return ticket, or if you want with the failure, you can make a short toast or whatever be, but it's easy. So I think there is no failure, we'll see. Okay, and now it's retro class, we have a ticket, we have a API service. Now we have to go for this ticket view model. So how we can call this in your ticket view model, that is the question arise. So for this you have to make your model be here. So everything should be in a form of model, you can get access anywhere. Okay, so this is your private, this is your retro client, retro class is equals to new retro class, and here you have to make your function, that is your public, this will also be the ticket kind of function, get ticket, well, discriminate these two functions be, and here you can say it if ticket is equals to your null, what happen, you have to call for this ticket is equals to your retro class dot get ticket. Okay, and you have to return this ticket, and this is your ticket. So easy. So this ticket view model very easy, you can fetch all the data be here, so all the load be here, you can just make it or build it in the form of ticket, and you can get access these things be anywhere on your UI. So just go for this UI, and I am make this model be here. So we can say it is a private ticket view model, ticket view model, and here you can say it is a private text view, and that's your ticket ID comma ticket name comma ticket description, these be here. Okay, and what to do for this, this is your ticket ID, and this is your text view, and find view by ID. This is your r dot id dot ticket ID. Everything is fine, and you just copy paste it and give it a name, ticket description, ticket name, ticket description. Okay, and here how you can call this ticket view model. That's the important thing. That is your ticket view model. That's be your view model providers. Okay, and that providers be of your this, that means this activity, or you want to be the fragments, you put the fragment name in it. Okay, so here this is your get, and in it is your ticket view model dot class. So this is be ready. This is our ticket view model instance be ready. You can call the things be here ticket view model get ticket val. So you can fetch your data whenever you need it, but I will show to you these things be good how we can make using that data binding techniques, but the extension of view model class. Okay, and if you want to be the work with if you want to show this get public view be there, so how we can show it, you have to create a function void get token view, and inside that we have a view and a view class, so you can show it. So here you can say it is a string token, sorry, ticket id val is your okay, ticket view model instance dot get ticket val dot get ticket id dot to string. Easy. So the same thing you have to copy paste for the others, and here you can say ticket name val, and here you can say ticket description val. So this is your ticket name and ticket description. These strings be ready. Okay, so you have to put it on your ticket ticket id dot set text be your ticket id val, and just you have to copy paste for the name and for the description. So this is your name, and this is your name val, and this is your description, and this is your description val. So these things be your get token view and your activity. You can call this on click and this on click get token view. Okay, and one more thing we remain that we have to call, so we need it use permission be internet here. Now we'll see it. So first we have to run this custom emulator. Okay, so the simple scenario in which we have to work. So let's see. Okay, so let's see what's the answer. We have to call this. Yeah, you can see this is 101 my first, this is detail ticket, this is my JSON, so everything is fine. But okay, now I will describe you. In this example there is an issue, that is activity or fragment doesn't know when the response is available. Means if we have a multiple asynchronous service calls be here, so how we can see that this UI or other UIs can get the thing. So we need it observable, as we did it. Our view model extends this base observable, that means we can notify the things. So the same thing will happen here in the live data class. You never make it extend as a base observable or a notifiable, means using that observe field. So you have to create this directly live data implementation on your view model, so you can get the data as in live data. So let's discuss about little later to the live data, what it is doing. So the live data is an observable data holder class, unlike a regular observable. The difference between this and that observable class is it is use a life cycle, and that means it is aware of life cycle, so that is little bit good related to that simple observable. So it meaning it respect the life cycle of the other app components such as activity fragments or services, and it update app components observers that are in activity lifecycle state. So the lifecycle consider an observer which is represented by observer class, and we have a started, we have a resume, so that's we have. But I will show to you that how a simple mutable live data be called. So mutable, that means it changes. So usefulness is that no memory leaks, no crashes due to the stopped activity. So nowadays we use the live data, that's very good class, and I will explain more in my other examples and other video tutorials uh, in the future, so we can work on the live data in a strong manner. So this is a simple step how can live data be fetched, I will show to you. Don't go in the theory in the deep, you just make it is observable class, but little difference is that there is no life cycle respect, but here it works as an under the life cycle of the fragments and activities. Okay, so for this again we have to call in the retro class, and how we can make a live data. So we have a method, again a method for the public live data. So you can see it, this is a live data, and we have a ticket type of live data, and get ticket live data. Okay, so that's our function, it's easy. And here what to do, you make it a final mutable live data, and that's be the kind of a ticket, and you can say it mutable live data, and that's your new mutable live data. So that's you can call the simple ticket, but here I'm using the live data tickets form. Okay, and here the same you have call this API service, that's a retro class dot get API service, and this API service works as dot get JSON dot enqueue new callbacks, the same things you have to call, just put it this live data be here as in a ticket tic, that's your body response dot body, and you have to put it this okay mutable live data as dot simple set value of tic directly. Do not need to work with your particular values id and other getter setters, you just put complete data be here as in a live data, and then return this mutable live data. Okay, so that's the work. And in your ticket view model, what to do for your live data, so you can make a private call of live data here, that's for the ticket, and for ticket you can make it as a live data. Okay, and you can cross check the things here just like for this function, this is your public live data ticket, and you can make it a ticket live data well, and here you can say it if mm, okay, your live data b is equals to null. And so what to do, you can make an live data as an retrofit class dot get ticket live data, and you have to return this live data be here. Okay, so that's our second methods you fetch be on your model. And in a main activity, just do not need to work with this, you just hide it, and you can make it as a ticket view model dot get live data well. So easy. And here you can say it get live data well uh, dot get value get ticket id and that to string. Okay, and the same thing, this is your get live data dot get value, and the same thing get live data dot get value. So the things be ready, and just you have to call this be here. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let's see. It's data. So this is your live data. By we can get the things here, and this was very small examples and discussion about this live data and how we can call this without live data. So I will show to you the more depth how we can get these things in a brief. So you carry on with me these tutorials. In these tutorials I will upload this on the GitHub, so you can download it. Thank you so much for the day. Thank you.